Hey there guys, Aaron Baker here. I'm in West Eugene under a temporary bridge here on Highway 126. Guys, and there's so much to talk about right here in this spot. First off, yes, we have a new bridge being constructed here, and well, by the looks of it, it'll maybe be completed by next summer. So still a lot of labor to be done on that, but the federal stimulus plan has been spent. I heard Peter DeFazio say that the other day. Spent. So now you could just imagine how many, every road, this road 126 all the way to Florence to the coast, almost every single bridge has been replaced. It's been paved almost the whole way. Down Eugene, every street's been paved. I mean, we're paving over brand new pavement from last summer. We're just piling up asphalt everywhere. But also, what's going on here, recently, it came to the news, look right down here, what this bridge is actually for is we have a railroad down here. And this is from Eugene to Coos Bay, but as you can see, I mean, there's gravel on top of that rail, but that's hardly even showing you. I mean, this has been abandoned for many years, and back in 2009, they got no bank would give a buyer any money, would loan any money to buy this because it's a dead-end railroad. There's no industry on it anymore whatsoever. It will never ever be able to self-sustain itself. And the state then decided, well, we'll give them money. We will loan them money. They loaned in $12.6 million. And so far we've seen nothing happen. But now just recently, the state, rather than loaning them more money, just gave them $7.8 million from our lottery fund that should be used on education. We still have children this year going to be going to school 4 days a week, yet we just gave a dead-end railroad that will never turn any sort of profit, be able to pay these loans back. $7.8 million free and clear out of our lottery funds that should obviously be spent in better places. No bank would loan this railroad money, but they decided to. You know, and then I'm under a bridge here that is most likely funded by the state stimulus plan we passed also, and the federal stimulus bill. But also right here, what we have going on here, there used to be actually a farm in here. We still have some old fruit trees in here, but I can remember when I was a kid there was houses in here, and the state came and eminent domain tore them down, and what was going to happen was the voters twice in 1972 passed legislation to build a more like a freeway, a parkway. They called it the West Eugene Parkway, that would actually connect possibly I-105 to 126 here so people could get out of town. And in 2001, it had been so far again, maybe they decided to vote on it again. The voters passed it again. And then it was in, I believe, 2005, we had our mayor, Kitty Piercy, and we had a Pape on the city council board. We had a Pape in the ODOT board in Salem. And somehow they went against the voters. And I just wonder, all this land was bought from these homeowners. We have businesses that were paid out millions of dollars for the land, and you know what? Now they decided not to build it. Where did all this funding go? All the money was there. Where did all the money go? That's what you got to ask. And now you have ODOT selling this property here at a low market value. And you also have City of Eugene then taking the land that they acquired and going to make it into wetlands. So it's real sad. Guys, give you an example here. Here is where the property was purchased and then now for sale by the Oregon Department of Transportation. Isn't that strange? And we got no camping signs back here. Get people camping in there. Now across the street here, straight on looking at the end of these, at the end of those power lines there, that's where that bridge was. And now all this land there, that's what they're saying is wetlands now. Never was. It used to be farmland. Actually had farms in there too. Aerial photos, you can see that. what this all boils down to is complete fraud and crooks involved in the city and at the state, just wanting to line their pockets. It was never, they claim, they use the environmental excuse. It was never about that. It was about lining pockets with money here. And now look at the, look at you. You're the landowner of this, right? You're actually owning this, and now you're selling it. Good time for you to be selling your property. Alright guys, I just don't know how to show you. I'm trying to show you what's happening here in Oregon. The state is in worse trouble than most any of them in the whole union. And we have such a tight-knit little clan of politicians, thugs, complete thugs. These are criminals. And they just keep lying to the people here. You see, they got your kids going to school 4 days a week, yet they'll still say everything they're trying to do is to help those kids, yet they're throwing money at railroads just to line friends' pockets, buying land, forcing people out of their homes, to build freeways, yet then later to cancel it and wind up selling that property back to who knows who after they had kicked families out. And in the end, the only ones getting rich here are the politicians. And speaking of it, they raised taxes this year, Measure 66, and the tax revenue fell short on that. And the reason why? It was on the rich, $250,000 and above is what they called it. Yet the problem is they only raised about half of what they expected by this time. And the reason is, no one's making over $250,000. The rich are gone. The middle class is gone. We're all poor now. Everyone's poor. It is just like the Soviet Union. They don't get that. They don't realize the Soviet Union, everyone was poor. That's exactly what they want. They want full-blown socialism here where everyone's poor, yet you still do have ultra rich. You still have people driving around. Here's an old Soviet car, and old Soviet car in perfect condition here, all restored and looking real slick, real rare to see something like this. See, World's Auto Collection.